AKA Padders, thank you for joining me. Hey, we have a 1973 movie that I'm struggling to define right now. Hopefully, hopefully I can figure out what the bog is all about, because that's our movie today. It's the 31 Days of Dread, one horror movie a day for the entire month of October, and I'm your host, Peter A. DeLuca, aka Pad, aka the Pop Culture Pope, aka Reuben Sandwich, aka the Nunchaku King of Philadelphia. Let's go get through that intro. We have a very confusing movie to discuss. Alright, everyone, before we get into something spooky, let me tell you something. Trial by Fire. It's my comic book available right now on Indiegogo. Link in the description. And I will see you on the printed page. Welcome back, and thank you. Thank you so much for coming back and sticking with me through that complicated intro. But yeah, I don't know, I get into a zone sometimes when I see a movie. Let me describe that zone. I thoroughly start to enjoy the movie. Now, this happens nearly with every single movie. Now imagine that. Most people think critics, reviewers, discussioners, profilers, when we sit down to watch a movie, a lot of people assume it's hatred, it's gut wrenching anger, it's evil, because everybody knows. I'm guilty of it. Every single critic has a filmmaker deeply embedded and pounded down and suppressed on the inside. Every single critic. I don't know if you follow enough critics. I read a lot, about these guys. I read their entire review careers. A lot of them I can go through and through. You always get that sense. You can't deny it. You can't run away from it. So I know I'm guilty of that, and a lot of times when I watch movies like The Bog, that's what I have to confront. I have to confront the version of me that's not making a movie like Bog. I call it The Bog, but it's just Bog. Fantastic opening credit sequence for this movie. Fantastic font, lettering for the logo. Fantastic intro song. Incredible. Again, I sit down and I get into the movie, and I spot these errors. Some of them are continuity errors, some of them are production, some of them are technical errors, some of them it's errors within the direction, which is acting. There's two parts of directing. It's where's the camera, what happens on screen. Direct that, so maintain continuity, meaning people on the left stay on the left, people on the right, they call that the invisible line. And then it's the people performing for you and what you can get out of that person. It's tough, it's hard to define. You know it when it's good, you know it when it's bad. Producing, tougher to define. And then I'm there watching, enjoying Bog, hoping there's a environmental edge to the movie. It's no environmental edge, and I had this revelation. This was another movie I was very, very, very tempted to start researching as I was watching it. So I hit Wikipedia real quick before we sit down, read some, I like the reception category or entry into movies. The reception is everything's 1 star, 0 star, worst thing ever, everything you would expect, because Bog is not a perfect a cheap horror movie, a creature feature in a bog made in 1973 is not the greatest movie of all time. News flash. So it's not. But we have a end of an era. And that's the revelation I had during this movie. Now, I have to say, the acting misses a lot. I just feel like they didn't give some of these takes enough time. You almost like feel it through the screen. You're thinking this is the first take. Sometimes it seems like you're watching reels, like you're watching your dailies. Now, let's keep this in mind. This is an independent movie. Most people involved with this, it's their only movie. Like it's some of the stuff was done for portfolio purposes, so you would have a career in Hollywood. That career doesn't mean walking down the aisle for the Academy Awards. It means like you work in movies for your entire life. You have a family, you pay for your kids, you buy your dog some Alpo, and that's it. You're moving on. So this movie's not done by professionals. Newsflash. So we can see the movie for what it is now. So can we enjoy it? Can we enjoy a movie like Bog? See, like the plot of this movie, people start dying around a bog, and we have like some of a decent mystery. We have this forensics back and forth going. And we're like unraveling what's happening. We're getting more details about how some of these people are dying. I have to say, that's interesting. If you ever need like a hook for a story, like, or if you're struggling, just make something a mystery. You immediately get engaged. And people are dying. We see hints of the creature. Every time we see the creature, it's disgusting, disgustingly bad. It's hard to like, and this movie's like right there. It's like, is it bad and enjoyable? Or is it enjoyable because it's bad? Or is it just unwatchable? So, like the plot marches on. We see eggs, monster dies, eggs survive. So we're setting up a sequel. And then here's the revelation that I think the world missed. We're going right. If there's a correlation between day 14 and 15, like frogs and bog, it's this. This movie's the end of an era. Okay? If you're into, and look, and a lot of these movies came back in modern day. If you're into a guy in a suit that is supposed to be a creature, but it's a guy in a suit. We're talking about 50s. We're talking about a lot of these black and white movies. I wish I could ramble, but my my film knowledge isn't that deep where I can ramble off examples of this. But it's like the guy in the suit. This movie is almost like the end of that era. It's 20 years out, and I think it harkens back to that. It's supposed to be like that. It's a colored version of that, and there we go. We're done. Like the movie's over, and we have to wait for the sequel. I would love to make a Bog too, by the way. But yeah, like this movie, like Grindhouse movies, has had a resurgence in modern day. A lot of people do a lot of they take strides to ape what this movie does naturally. So it does make Bog important. It does make it a somewhat of an anchor movie because it's good enough to watch all the way through. The acting's right there. The messaging for the movie's there. Like the movie begins in such a masculine, macho way that is almost cringe-worthy today, but it's fun to watch. This movie's a recommendation just out of the curiosity that this movie brings. And because of that, kids, we're out of here. Bog's available on Amazon Prime. Please check it out. Let me know if I'm crazy. The next 2 days, day 16 and day 17. We're just breezing through these. Day 16 and day 17, we're doing Sinister 1 and Sinister 2. And I'm just going from memory here. I don't have my schedule in front of me. And it should be Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, because we're doing horror, comedy. And I did a bump. We're going to add Beetlejuice with Elvira because I'm just in the Beetlejuice kick, and I just rewatched it, and my God, does Beetlejuice hold up? I mean, that might be Tim Burton's absolute best movie. Everyone, rock and roll. I love you. Thank you for joining me for 31 Days of Dread. Don't forget, tomorrow, Sinister, 9 o'clock a.m. It will be live. Quick announcement. So this episode is dedicated to my father, R.I.P. Tony DeLuca, Tony Ironfeet. We love you and we miss you every single day.